Post-workout video, yeah! Okay, it's Turkey Day. Happy Thanksgiving in America. We are not doing anything in the room in the house today. Me and my kids are just getting together for a small meal tomorrow, and then the boys are off with their girlfriends and daughter's off with her dad. So here's the thing. We put a lot of meaning into things, and then apply attachment. Like we're attached to outcomes due to these meanings, and a lot of that gets based on past experiences, and part of that I'm talking about here is like right now we have no living room or dining room. It's been tore up. There's no furniture. There's not even actual flooring in the living room because when I ripped up the nasty old carpeting 2 years ago, yes, 2 years ago, it's just been more demolition since then, but it was just plywood floor. And I had tried to keep like a cheap rug on it, but our elderly dog Macy is losing control of her bladder and she just pees wherever, and she's ruined many rugs. I mean, I even just had some carpet remnants, or I bought some from the Dollar Tree, and she peed all over them. So out into the garbage they go. So we don't have a place to have our Thanksgiving, and it's been a little extra stressful, and I couldn't understand why, because so maybe we end up hanging out in my bedroom or just in the kitchen where there's not enough seating places, mind you, and they're not like all together, but that's aside from the point. The major thing was Thanksgiving used to be going out to my mom and my stepdad. I'll go to my parents' house, and mom made Thanksgiving meal, and we just brought stuff and we went there, and we haven't been able to do that since the accident in June 2019. So that actually, although a lot of time has passed between then and now, we haven't had that many Thanksgivings and Christmases. So in that aspect, it's still fresh. And I believe that might be some of the thing, because I want to be able to, my kids miss being able to go to grandma's. Like that was one thing they looked forward to doing, and that's not a thing anymore. And I want to be able to provide that nice feeling. But this is where the attachment comes in. Do we really? Yes, it's good to have a nice table that everybody can sit around so we can eat together and we can like play board games or whatever together. Yes, those physical things are great to have, but that our family togetherness and affection for each other is not actually dependent upon having a table with chairs. And it's how our brain just works. It just has quickly applied that to that. Like they become intermingled and all together like one thing, and they become this big label, instead of they're each just their own unbiased individual pieces, but they've been all glued together with this cohesive meaning behind them. So maybe that was a little bit of me just blah 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 about myself, but what I'm trying to share here is make sure to take some time to be thankful for the things that we have, and make sure to actually feel gratitude. And that doesn't just mean like just flippantly be like, yeah, well, I am grateful that I do have these things, blah 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 blah. Especially if you feel a but coming at the end, or I wish, or some other elaboration or deviation from that, because it's just human nature for us to downplay the good things. And right now, like in America, there's a lot of shit going on in America, but there's other countries that have even more shit going on, and it's not Thanksgiving for them right now. There's a lot of shit going on. Just check out what's going on in Australia, like immediately just happened very recently, and be glad that we're not being sent off to camps, like forced into camps to go live, whether regardless of your vaccination record. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You can still get sent. No rights. Not allowed to leave your house unless it's in a dire emergency. Must stay indoors. Oh, I was not going to bring that stuff up today. But we are free in America to go out and visit our families and have family come visit us, to take our dogs for walks, to run to the store and grab some milk. Like, we have those rights, and it's something that we take for granted pretty often. And we apply so much meaning towards things, instead of just letting them be what they are. And trust me, this is an area that I'm still really working on. I mean, I just wrote a note to myself that I have something that I want to start thinking about and keeping in mind, for goal setting and whatnot. Because, people have heard of vision boards, right? And you know what? I have found vision boards to be very judgy. Like, they're supposed to be like inspirational, and they can be, but I found them to be very judgy because I set these goals and I'm like, oh, life will be so great when this and this and this happens. And then the deadline comes and passes and the shit hasn't happened. And then it's like, oh God, blah. And here's the thing. And I've got to delve into this more. This is fresh in my head during my workout. I'm looking at my note. The intention behind my setting my vision board has been a lot of attachments to outcomes. Basically, like, it's just as bad as like starting a workout program just because you want to be skinny, as opposed to enjoying the journey of being healthier and just feeling better, like the good feeling you get from finishing a good workout, how you just feel healthier when you've been eating healthier, getting good sleep, self-care, all of just enjoying that journey. Instead, just, nope, I'm not happy until I reach that goal. So part of my issue with setting the vision boards, or something similar, is that I have been very attached to the outcomes, as opposed to focusing on manifesting purpose and joy, living in purpose and joy, just living that way. That shouldn't be the end result, because we're going to keep going and going and going until we die, and then this human experience is end of that story. So we don't, the end result, no, it should be an ongoing result that we're purpose and joy. So I actually got this from country singer Carrie Underwood. Not doing things for the fame, but for the love of the game. So, yes. So make sure to take time to love on those that have brought you joy in your life, and be sure that they know that you love them, and focus on joy. And when you're feeling anxious and overwhelmed, try your best to feel through that emotion. I love to push those away. I don't know about you, but and step back and just look at it. Just look at it, because there's probably, like, and be curious, like, what's going on? Why am I feeling this? Because I'll guarantee you, our brains love to layer stories out. Every single emotion we have is a whole onion of layers of stories, just like an ogre in Shrek. So, and they attach quickly, so much so that I have a very hard time discerning between them, and realizing like where the root is of it all, that I can address it, and work on seeing the opportunity in there, to have a little plot change and figure out how I can see it differently and how I can react differently. Because, well, yeah, react differently. A lot of the times, or respond differently. A lot of the times we're just reacting to stuff like a little knee-jerk reaction as opposed to responding. So, happy Thanksgiving, America. Continue to love one another. Continue to love one another, because you solve all bad things with love and joy. And are there other Thanksgiving songs aside from Adam Sandler's Turkey Song? Because, like, I don't know. We should be jamming them on the radio, right? Okay, talk to you later.